You'll have to be a snake.
And I will throw you.
Snake.
And I'll just start throwing mushrooms at people.
Because, it's what you know. Then moving to a different site.
Yeah.
Get a chance for everything over.
I'm going to make a suggestion.
Where, when possession is dire, you said?
Possession.
You're gonna make a suggestion.
Look, in case of dire possession.
You were gonna make a suggestion.
I was going to, but I think we're live again. I don't remember what I was going to say.
Okay.
But we're live again. I mean, really only matters if we need the battle map to come up, but as much as I love the viewers, that's less important to me.
I think you need a soundboard that just has different Windows sounds for as nothing happens.
Windows XP sounds.
Yeah.
Just the power down noise every time I'm not paying attention.
No, we need the loud brother sound when something really goes wrong.
That's when you know you fucked up. Oh fuck.
Uh-oh, he's just walking over.
That's when you're like, I'm fucked.
Oh yeah, suggestion. Oh yeah, making a paper copy.
Yeah.
Like the one I made you.
I need to find it.
I think it is in your backpack with all your other D&D stuff,
It might be.
which is in the
Logical thinking.
storage.
We still have you, right, right, Koali? Did it seem like it dropped out at any time for you? Technology is technologizing.
It's rebelling against your anachronistic self.
Well, I find that to be fair.
It's like, this is not a water wheel.
Any bit of technology that goes beyond what the Amish can use, and I just get confused.
Water wheel. Water wheel is almost too much. The Archimedes screw.
Been spending most of my life living in Amish paradise.
Straight out.
Churned butter once or twice. Living in Amish paradise.
Churning butter is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's easy when you have a blender.
Well,
You could also just shake the shit out of it.
You can. That's tight.
anyway, we should be back up and running, especially in case we need to get to the battle map. I'm not going to spend all the time to get all the invites out and all that jazz.
Let's get you that jaff.
All right. You guys get up to the little kind of hill that she has her hut set aside in the forge and everything like that, a little bit further north of town. And for the first time in a while, it does not seem like she's out there currently working.
Well, I hope she's okay.
But the shop's open. There's like stuff that's out for people to take a look at. She has to, because she closes down, she's got a bunch of stuff that she brings like inside. But she's got wares out for people to take a look at. But there's like only a light amount of smoke that's coming out of the forge. And you're not greeted by the constant sound of clanging.
It might be a little early.
Or you're not getting a little late.
Hello?
Ring, ring, progresso.
As you get close, the Avork leader comes out,
Oh, good.
looking, or the orc lady comes out, looking worse than darkness does. Like, she's just a ball of sweat. Just unhappy. She's not wearing her standard armor. She effectively has, like, a light sundress on.
If that was any other character.
Yeah, half the group would have been drooling all over the place previously.
Group needs to make some artwork for that.
No.
We just did that when nobody else was here. Like, just about everybody else that was here had dropped out.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, you've got 7... Oh, nope.
Video on demand's a thing.
Yeah, but we don't have the meatball, like, getting, like, 20 extra people to watch it, like, on Sunday.
We'll rebuild. Bigger, stronger, the King of France.
I just missed the meatball.
Yeah.
Anyway. You know, I feel like it's big enough. Been long enough. Ollie, thank you for all that, you supported us.
Long may he reign.
That was his name, by the way. I know I didn't really pass it on because he's like, yeah, nobody needs to know who I am. Although I'm pretty sure if I pronounced that we were still around, he'd probably be like, it's pronounced Oli or something like that because he was Swedish. But it looks like Ollie.
Anyways.
Yeah, anywho.
Hey, ole, ole, ole.
But yeah, she comes out. Hi guys, what can I do for you? And
Hello.
how can you handle this?
Handle what? The race?
Gestures broadly at Rain.
She just like holds out a bit of her hair and it drips.
I shake myself off.
I am completely unfazed by all the water.
By the way, darkness is flipping off.
I figured.
I'm just gonna narrate this to the audience. And by the way, darkness is flipping off.
It's okay.
Flipping off Beckett.
Beckett does not notice.
What do you guys need?
Can I get a javelin, please? About yayish long?
I think she knows what a javelin is.
Yeah, and as far as I can tell, dwarves don't use abnormally sized javelins.
Cool.
Might give something different to your tree dwarf, but, that's only because I don't trust his arms to hold it.
Cool.
He's very strong. He pulled up the entire party once.
I'm not really all that strong.
You're strong in heart.
Yeah. She goes over, how many do you want?
You know what? I'll take 3.
She grabs 3.
Ah, sweet. How much do I owe you?
10 gold.
Alright. Here you go.
Just throws the gold on the floor. Take it! That's when she beats the tar out of it. That's when you learn all the hammer blowing or hammer striking has a purpose.
She takes the gold. It looks like it would normally like she is this head motion. She's about to put it in place, and she looks down and realizes she has no pockets. And she goes off.
Secret
and puts
pocket.
It in her
I
box.
have a business idea now. I'm gonna make dresses with pockets.
Hell yeah.
It's one of my favorite things to hear from ladies when I go, "Oh, that's a nice dress." Makes
Because
it
it
There's pockets.
makes me so happy.
The problem is, like, dress pockets, despite the fact that, like, you have all this fabric, are still stupidly tiny because women pockets.
You're expected to be carrying a purse if you're wearing a
Only
dress.
if you make them that way.
Yeah, I know.
I love man pants. I can fit in my work pants. I can fit 2 Powerades, 2 water bottles, my tablet, and 2 phones and a wallet.
You can fit a 68
One of my
convertible.
friends took out the pockets to her Jinko jeans and attached them to a dress that she had. I'm talking, these are Jinko jeans style pockets where, like, you could, like, it goes
68
halfway down plus the pant, like 2/3 the way down the pant leg.
You could fit like an N64 in
Guess?
Yeah.
Add a 2-liter in the other pocket.
A 57 Chevy Bel Air. A whole computer gaming setup in another one. Yeah.
Jinko
those are
pockets.
Talking like the CRT.
If you got a friend that passes out on the night of out partying, you put him in one of your Jinko jeans pockets and keep going.
I got everything. Do you have my dad who left at the age of 8? Yep. What? What's he doing there? Hi. How about my dog? Yep, right here.
Right here. I have
What about
everything in there.
ketchup? No, sorry.
No, I don't have
That's
that.
the one thing I don't have. It's from a skin. It's so disturbing.
Anywho,
Back to game.
Yeah, if you guys need anything else?
That was all I really needed.
Are you okay?
It's just ugly outside. And it's orcs. Okay, maybe some. Not all orcs are made for this.
Alright. I was just concerned. You seemed upset.
Heat and humidity at the same time.
Oh, is it
I
actually
do-
hot?
It's hot.
Oh, okay. I'm still okay, but I just...
Yeah.
I didn't remember you saying it was hot.
Yeah.
It's humid and rainy.
That could not always be hot.
It is. It is also warm.
John would hate this. John, me, would hate it because I hate humidity and heat and being outside.
You know who's loving it? Kudrick.
Why
He looks
care?
like he has an extra level of pep in his step.
He's blooming.
It's like, for some reason, I feel very full of life right
I
now.
look over.
I'm not used to this.
Are those flowers?
He's a cherry tree.
Knocks a couple flowers out of his beard.
No, I picture he's an olive tree because he's old, cranky.
Yeah.
Or
I'm not that old.
I mean, you're old enough to be an olive tree.
or he's just
A
a
fruit-producing one. It takes 100 years for an olive tree to produce fruit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you don't plant olive trees to enjoy them. You plant them for future generations. Best time to plant a tree
Forethought.
was 100 years ago. Next best time is right now.
Aw.
A proverb, if you like.
Science.
No, it's a proverb. But there is some science behind it.
With that, she kind of just goes under the shade of that part of her forge and promptly, basically just lays down. Just in the shadow.
Sleep tight, bye bye.
Not sleeping.
Sleep tight, bye bye.
I don't have anything I can do with that.
I'm dying. Slowly.
Oh, death's not that bad.
Can't even work out in this weather. Alright.
Kodrick, you needed to go to...
Ironically, on the north end of town is the one herbalist merchant.
What?
He goes in. The kind of eccentric lady is there. She seems, for the most part, unaffected by the weather. The random bits of, twigs in her hair and whatnot are still eternally there. He comes in, hands her a list, and says, "Yep, and the previous list." She looks over the list that she has. You know, I don't think I have this much oxidized metal. You might have to go to a smith for that one. You know, didn't think of that.
Back to the work, lady.
Don't know how much she keeps around. Maybe the actual town smith, the guy that actually made your
Battle shovel.
Yeah. The excitable guy that gets unhappy that he mostly does, kitchen utensils and horseshoes. She goes through the list. She hands him a big old bag. And he passes over about 2,000 gold.
Could you?
Thank you. Then we can go back check her out if the smith in town.
Okay. I like seeing her. She makes me happy.
Huh?
I like seeing her. She makes me happy.
Yet another crush on the orc. Don't know what you guys see in them.
Alright. Lead the way.
On the way would be the baker next.
Nope.
Nope, skipping out the baker. You guys go out to the west end of town, actually right around the corner from Pekyargok's workhouse. And this time, plenty of, hammering noises and things along those lines. And you guys get close, and the wife of the blacksmith comes out. He goes, "Oh, it's the adventurers.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Do you need something for your house, or do you need to speak with my husband?" Good goes, "Husband." She goes, "All right." She goes off. It's like, I don't know if she'd know if he has a pile of rust somewhere.
She probably would. It's dirty.
Wait, that's the forge. That's where he does stuff.
She'd know. Because he tracks it into the house.
Henry stops momentarily later. The guy comes out. "Oh, hey! How's the shovel going for you?"
Fantastic. I love it.
Oh, you created that. The
Yes.
thing is brutal.
It is by specification, not... I don't think I ever would have imagined how to design that
Well,
thing.
you can use it as an experience.
I've seen him use a normal shovel, so I can imagine.
Yeah. He probably was using that normal shovel on dirt.
I'm from a stone masonry of the town, and
Yeah.
I actually had to
he's
fix one of the sewer covers that he helped get through with something about him and Jobei getting in trouble.
using- Yeah.
Oh,
I'm pretty
yeah.
Sure, I'm pretty sure you've seen him use it on inanimate objects that don't move.
Correct, I've not seen
I
him
have
do it on anything living.
I have seen the other options.
What can I do for you guys? Kudo goes, "I need a whole lot of rust. Like solid rusted metal or a lot of ground rust?" That's odd.
He's an odd guy.
I'm talking to a tree right now.
A tree dwarf necromancer who's trying to become the next Rust King.
Yep.
You know, when you put it like that, it sounds a bit ominous.
Sounds a little
You
nefarious.
wonder why we're having concerns. Does the book talk to him? Does it whisper sweet nothings in his ear while he sleeps?
I mean, I don't have, like, a pile of rust dust. I've got some oxidized iron that I'd have to clean off. I suppose I got a little bit. Goes in, and not much of a surprise. "Honey, where would you have swept the area from where I, grind down the iron?"
Told you.
She gives direction. Kundra looks at you. Glad I didn't bet on that.
You could have lost the house.
His ass is right.
Comes back later. It says,
No, it's-
"Come here." As,
It's now a church.
and if anybody follows Kundrik, this isn't like denying other people. He shoves Kundrik to basically a big container that is well aware from everything else further entrance into the house from the forge.
I trust the blacksmith not to murder Kundrik, and I trust Kundrik not to die.
Kundrik says, "How much
Kundrik
for the
also
dust?"
doesn't yell.
He's like, 1 gold?
Soul.
Kundrik gives him gold and then puts all the dust into the... He's like, "If you need more, I've got other iron that needs to get cleaned off before I can process it." Might need more.
Why don't you give him another gold piece to, just tell him to keep the rest for you. I'm a smart guy.
The guy's like, that works.
Word.
But
I am a
if
swordsman, but I do have brains.
if you really need more sooner, you can always... I need someone to come here and clean it off, the iron. Like, yeah, I'll probably do that.
We never see Kundrik again. He's just too busy grinding rust off of iron bars.
Alright.
He's the smithing
Any other special orders for you guys? The wife didn't get too mad at me for the time I took off to make the stuff last time.
No, thank you.
I'm all good.
It's a pleasure to meet you, though.
Oh, well, pleasure to meet you. I'm the town's actual blacksmith. Not much cause for me to make weapons on average with Bertha up north.
She is miserable right now.
Yeah, really?
She does not like the heat, apparently. And the humidity together, I'm assuming.
I mean, I just works up a sweat level of grime, and he takes a cloth and just runs it across his cheek. It's like, it's easier to wipe off afterwards.
Yeah, she was apparently just dripping wet.
I'll make sure not to pass that information off to any of the guys at the Hunter's Lodge.
Probably for the best, because they would not live through that encounter.
Some of them would die happy.
Probably. But they died nonetheless.
She is a mite bit frightful. Less scary than my wife. Alright, well, you guys have a good day.
You as well.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Alright.
As you guys out. Since we're here, we don't need anything explosive offhand, do we?
No.
Explosives.
No.
No.
No. No.
No. As your moral compass today, no. Your beard just grew back.
You know what? Fair.
Looks at you, looks at Beckett, looks at Quali. Our local gnomish fertilizer specialist / I forget the term. He collects waste from the town.
Sanitation expert?
No, there's a specific term for it. Both Drew and Kundrik are forgetting it right now. Points at the building.
Something collector.
Yeah. It's got an office
Soil
right
collector.
there. Huh?
Soil collector.
Soil collector?
Yeah. It's the person who collects human waste.
Yeah. He also makes all the fireworks that go off and is usually fairly excitable about trying to make more explosives. And I don't think you're even allowed to go in there. Didn't you half explode last time you were in there?
I blew apart his lab, yeah.
Yeah, you're not even allowed to.
So we're walking away.
And he waddled away. Waddle.
I'm trying to remember, do I know anything about gnomes? Probably not. All I know is there used to be some type of gnome that was dangerous.
Some gnomes are dangerous. They'll bite your ankles off. And then they don't get gnome bacon.
Real gnome bacon. You know?
Hey, Hunter!
When you make it so little boys can't walk anymore.
Hunter says hello to the house bear.
Hello.
It's D&D night.
Off to the bakery.
All right, you guys go to the bakery. There's the small family of bakers who are there.
I need the biggest
Doing their
sword you
normal
can bake me. joking.
You need a bread sword?
It's a line from Swords. Because then the kid goes into the next place and asks for a shield, and they give him the door off of a cast iron stove. It's such a weird comic.
It is a weird comment.
But the head baker lady kind of, dusts off her hands and bunches in her apron and comes on over. Oh, it's the adventurers. What can I do for you?
I have a question. How much bread do you produce in a day?
No more than I think I need to normally. It's if you're asking for a special order, we do have more time that we can, do the break stuff. And all I would have to do is talk to one of the neighbors and get one of the other communal children in here working.
Okay, out of character. Approximately how many people are in the refugee camp?
A lot. They're counted in the hundreds. It's with the refugee camp, the city doubles in population, and so we're looking at somewhere between 300 and 500 people.
Okay. Would you be able to produce, say, 500 loaves of bread?
500 loaves of bread.
Yes.
By when?
Well, I wouldn't expect it today for sure.
2 hours from now.
That's still today, dumbass.
That's a lot of bread. I don't get bread orders of that size when even the weird nobles are in town.
I understand. There is a refugee camp, and I think it would be a nice gesture if somebody gave them bread.
Okay. I mean, we're
I can
already.
give you time to prepare. If you need to purchase supplies for it and whatnot.
Well, I'm already supplying them bread every day. Not necessarily a lot, but it's part of the. We've been continuing to feed them since they got here.
I have a few other ideas of what to do.
If you're talking about getting, a loaf for every single person there, I mean that's
kind of what I'm aiming for.
well, that will depend on the rag merchants and if they can provide me with enough extra grain. What we've been doing here has been planned out based off of our own plant production here. I can make as much bread as you get me extra supplies for, is a simpler way of putting it. Well, that's who I generally deal with, because the Traders Guild may be more consistent, but I prefer dealing with the rag merchants personally, and now that they have actually set up office in town, if they can't do it, I might be able to make a deal with the Traders Guild. But
Let me go talk to the rag merchants and see what they can offer.
all right.
I'm gonna build this town an orphanarium.
It's already an working orphanarium. Probably close to a quarter of the kids that live here are just strays that they've picked up.
Alright, well thank you. I'll be back if I got anything. Or the rag merchant will randomly supply you with a whole pile of grain.
We're being asked how are we all doing today. I'm doing great. It's D&D night.
I'm alright.
My back hurts, but that's normal.
Okay.
There you go. Thanks, Hunter.
Alright, let's go find this rag merchant. Where's that at?
Across town did we go?
No. You guys are going from now. You're back at roughly the center of town.
Okay.
Perfect.
Then you're going back down the south to their new office that they have.
Alright.
All right. Well, not new.
Until darkness gets sick of being in the rain and runs away.
Every time we go in someplace, darkness shakes off.
You get to the rag merchant's building. There is an unusually large number of donkeys hanging out outside.
Donkey.
Donkey! It's like 7 of them currently
That's a
tied
lot
up.
of donkeys.
It's a lot of donkeys.
Can I ride?
And all the donkeys are talking with each other, which I don't know how often people have had to deal with donkeys, but when they get into a conversational mood with each other, it's...
Wow.
As I walk by, hey guys, keep it simple. Perfect. I headed to the
I
office.
mean, I could.
One
figure
farts
out,
on you and 2 others start laughing.
Yeah.
I could actually figure out what they are saying, but I don't.
Okay, you could figure out what they're saying.
I am unworried.
And they're probably not saying anything complicated, because donkeys, it's more if they like making noise to each other. When they get into a mood.
It's just SpongeBob and Patrick saying numbers at each other.
7! 6!
Anyway,
I did it in that order specifically.
I walk into the office.
Alright, 3 of the rag merchants are there, currently playing a card game in the middle of the room.
Gentlemen,
Look up. Yeah, new guy.
I have a question for you in regards to grain.
The rag merchant that's been permanently posted in town gets up, puts down his cards. Don't look. He comes over.
He's looking.
I keep one eye on the cards.
All right, I can answer your question about grain unless it deals with how to grow it.
No, I'm looking to buy a large quantity of it to produce bread.
I mean, I've got 4 or 5 bags here right now of a nice size.
I need enough to make about 300 loaves of bread.
Does it need to be milled beforehand?
That would probably be nice if it was.
500 loaves of bread needs to be milled. Um,
300 loaves of bread, not 500.
300 loaves of bread.
I don't even actually do the math on that. That's going to be a lot of fucking flour.
I mean, I can do it. I don't think I have any mills right now. He looks at the other two. And are you guys currently carrying anything that you didn't pop into the storage? Well, they'll shake their heads. Not milled. One of the towns next over does a lot of grain and milling there. So, Chester, one of the guys looks up. Bryce is right. I'll go do it right now.
How much?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to give me an offer for him. When I say the price is right, I'll do it right now.
No.
10.
Well, let's start with 100 gold. See how you react to
I
that.
hand him 100 gold pieces.
He takes it and goes, "Sorry guys, drop it out of the game. I had crap and I don't mind." He grabs his stuff and goes, "You, sir? I don't even know if that's a good price. Thank you."
I'm not gonna steal the deal with me.
Shakes his head. Well, it's probably a lot, but this guy apparently wants it on the hurry.
Alright, so the milled grain will go to the baker. She'll know what to do with it.
And the other guy says, take a big chunk of that and buy some extra while you're there. You can take my 2 donkeys. All right.
Donkey.
And with that, he gets up, adjusts his belt. Again, now he's, unlike the other merchants of town and stuff like that, these guys are almost always armed. But they're traveling
Actually
merchants.
travel.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting in an office all day. Getting cat on the...
And with that, there's some horrific noises outside as someone's trying to arrange to get like 4 donkeys to start going the same direction at the same time.
I think we deserve a meal now. To the tavern?
Yep.
Well, we'll stop back at the bakery real quick so I can tell her that the grain will be delivered.
Yes, let's do that, and then let's get wasted.
I wasn't going to get wasted. I was going to have a meal.
You said bar, he's gonna get wasted.
What was
I
that?
am
Just
a
like-
I'm gonna get drunk.
I mean,
you don't go to Applebee's to get shit faced. Not for those prices.
you don't go to Applebee's to get shit faced. That doesn't mean that people don't go to Applebee's to get shit
I
faced.
have friends that do.
I can't imagine paying the prices Applebee's sells their drinks at and getting shit faced there.
Yeah.
Yes, there is an eatery in town that is not the bar.
Yeah, let's go there.
Okay.
Stop by the bakery. Grain will be delivered to you. Then let me know when it arrives, and we can set up for delivery of the rest. And I will pay you for every loaf.
All right.
Oh,
When
I
it
also pay
happens,
for the grain.
we'll work from there. They can probably deliver it directly to the granary, and then I can make sure I just get a slip so I can get it as need be from there.
Yeah, I told him it was going to be used.
Then I'll probably just tell them to take it to the granary, and then we'll get a slip for exchange.
Alright. We're going to go to the eatery.
All right, not counting technically, you could go get some food at the Hunter's Lodge, if you so desire.
Are
We
they
could
wait?
kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
And I can drink.
The kitchen is probably open whether the people are awake or not.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Are
that
people
kind
are awake any day at any time? That could be a question mark. But the people who work there,
Didn't they have to get a new cook?
they had to get a new accountant.
No, I thought the cook got killed too.
Might have. Yes.
Because he was too much into
Yeah, the cook got murdered.
what was going on. Because
Yep.
the one guy, we were like, yeah, he's a bad guy.
Yep. Anyhow. But yeah.
Maybe they got a
And get
better.
shit faced.
Maybe they got a better cook. Probably not.
These are hunters we're talking about, so it's probably just like
Meat on a
Jerky.
stick
meat on a stick, jerky.
and a potato that's been sitting in the coals for too long.
Pizza.
Pizza.
They-
Yeah, somehow they have a 3-star or 3 Michelin star pizzeria in there now.
Ironically, the Hunters Guild actually has a very good selection of foods. Generally, a wide variety of animal products.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just arguing the quality of the cooking.
They get good cooks.
Had.
They get good
I don't
cooks.
know if they've got one now.
Didn't roll low enough. It's a good cook. May not be like a Michelin 28-star cook, but you know.
I want to eat that food. Because 28 stars is impossible.
I couldn't remember. It's what, 5 or 10? I don't remember how it goes.
5 is the maximum, and that's a French restaurant in a very certain area, in a specific area in France.
Well, yeah.
In the United States, 3 stars is the maximum you can go.
Well, clearly it's a 3-star thing because there is no France.
This future is great.
Nor is there a Michelin.
That's also probably true. There's a chance there's Studebaker.
Studebaker
Wait,
stars.
No, Studebaker used to make wagons.
The Michelin Man Golem is a thing that theoretically could exist.
That would be terrifying.
Terrible. Electricity
That
doesn't
just
work.
throw tires at you.
And beat you to death with his rubbery fists.
He has reflective damage when you hit him with stuff.
Doing.
Stuff bounces back and hits you.
The question is he vulcanized or not?
I don't think the comedy write-up for the Michelin Golem.
Well, no, the reason why I ask is if he's not vulcanized, then electricity can affect him.
When in doubt, fire.
Fire usually works on everything. Except for fire golems.
Fire's pretty good, unless something is made of fire. And then you might be helping it.
Or water.
I mean, it works on water, just sometimes it's not as effective.
Yeah.
Unless you're underwater, then it's really not effective.
It's just
Alright,
Fireball, that was just a bubble.
We got sidetracked.
you guys get to the Hunters Guild. Or Lodge. By the time you get there, there's actually a couple people who are already outside at the archery targets.
Shooting in the rain?
Shooting in the rain.
Alright.
If it ain't raining, we ain't chaining.
As you guys get in, the older of the waitresses, the more matronly one, just kind of glances over from the counter and asks if you guys are here for anything in particular or just to lay about.
We were hoping to get a meal, and I'd like to talk to somebody who might know about a person.
I immediately go to the fireplace.
Can I get some mead?
Oh, and she wants the fire.
Apparently, you're getting a table over there. I just need to let people know that someone might be trying to get some food. He looks at one of the younger ones. He's getting a drink too. You know, that she goes about her business, getting everything kind of set up.
I imagine Vaughn makes that same face.
Make a very doofy face. Anybody else want a drink?
No, thank you.
No.
Can I just get a whole picture? Please?
I don't think they sell anything unless they're interested. Even though shots
No,
are
it
good.
comes in horn.
That works too.
Their shots also come in horn.
It's just smaller.
No.
No, it's
Same
the same
size.
size.
Hope you like being blackout drunk at 2 o'clock. She's been drinking nothing but corn liquor for 3 hours.
Meat is good. We're a little shy on most of our ales right now. Just to give a bit of a warning.
Mead will work.
The honey wine.
She asks if it's, what you guys want, or if it's whatever the chef feels like knocking together for you.
Whatever the chef thinks of.
Exactly.
Beans. Something with beans. That sounds good.
Something with beans.
So he's drinking and he's eating beans.
He's sleeping outside too.
It's a good thing.
This hasn't been declared till just now, but
He's also sleeping in the latrine, so this is fine.
It's fine. He's gonna squish the goblin a little for a pillow. Get a good night's sleep. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, the rest of us are all doing things.
Well, the latrine door rattles every so often because you're just letting them off.
He snores and then he farts and he snores.
no. He snores,
pretty
then he
accurate.
farts.
Then
He snores, then he farts. Then he kind of snorts, gasps, rolls over, wakes up, vomits, goes back to sleep.
Until the oxygen gets so low, he might be close to death.
Don't talk about low oxygen. I'm gonna get adaptory flashbacks.
What are those plants named? They're kind of like mushrooms.
Brown Bernies.
That's when the goblin wakes up and is like, hey, I can't breathe.
Dude, I can't breathe!
That's when the goblin leaves. That's when you know it's
Goblin
a
kicks his head.
It's like a canary in a cave, in a mine.
When the goblin leaves, it's become too dangerous.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyway.
He drags him out, leaves him out in the rain. The goblin wants him to live.
Comes back out with one plate that has a bunch of beans on it and
Yes.
probably some wild boar and a couple other things and some
Ooh.
vegetables.
Pork and beans.
The rest of you guys get it comes out and there's a stew with a variety of meats and vegetables in it, and I don't know enough about food to be like, here's the menu he gives out.
Stew, bread,
I'm not that-
cheese.
It's a cheese. I was just about to say cheese. I don't know what kind of
Already
cheese
have
would
it.
work with all this, but the chef would know. I don't.
Any cheese? Depends on what you do with it.
Swiss. Pwahaha!
Okay.
I like
Why
Swiss.
does my cheese have holes in it?
Do you want to know the actual answer, or just want to make a joke about it?
Go.
The actual answer is because during the production of Swiss, there is debris that gets into the milk that they're using,
Oh.
and when it ferments to become cheese, it leaves gas pockets, and that's why it has holes.
This guy's a nerd.
And modern Swiss, the production facilities are so clean that they don't produce them naturally anymore.
I'd like to point
They
out
have to create it.
that you're here playing Dungeons and Dragons.
No, I accept the fact that I'm extra nerdy because I know why Swiss cheese has holes.
I mean, yes, it's the pot calling the cast iron skillet black. But still.
Micey, A through cheese, sorry.
I thought you were gonna say someone was fucking my cheese.
No, that would never so cruel. I hope not.
I'll be in my bunk.
God damn it, Drew. Stop having sex with cheese. I know the Jarlsberg looks pretty, but don't do it.
I'll try not to. Alright. Guys got a little time to eat, and then the head of the lodge comes stumbling in.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And he goes up, he's like, please tell me we have ale. No, we don't have a whole lot of ale right now. It's like, give me something that isn't dangerous.
Mead!
puts a cup in front of him. That'll work. He turns back. I got sick and tired of meat a little bit ago, like a couple days ago. Hi guys. She kind of head nodded in your direction like you needed something. Give me like 10 minutes.
Cool beans.
Beans?
Everything I drank last night had a sting to it. So this morning, it's painful. He goes over to one of the buckets in the corner and proceeds to dunk his head into it.
I was just going to tell him if he drinks more, he won't feel it.
I walk over to him
Yeah.
and I poke him for 5 hit points of lay on hands to neutralize the poison in his system.
Ah! Alright.
Magic Man! Ah!
I'm a little disturbed. I just got poked, but
You can cure multiple diseases and neutralize multiple poisons with a single use of lay on hands.
oh, no,
You just have to spend 5 hit points per.
I will give you that you cancel out the hangover.
Oh, he might still have a hangover, but he's no longer sick.
You've abated some of the worst parts of the hangover.
It's fine. Then I go back to sit down.
Whew. That was one heck of a head dunk.
He didn't even know I did it.
I started with, it might have been the poke, but...
Who touched me?
Oh.
I need him sort of sober to ask questions.
With that, he takes another cup, dunks it in the same bucket, like chugs a bunch of water, and puts the cup back up.
Yeah, could be worse.
Then he
Could
comes
be
over.
out of a train.
All right.
Drinking hits.
Well, I'll drink to that. So, what do you guys need?
Looking at some information about an individual who calls himself Triad.
Triad?
Triad.
Apparently he likes the number 3.
Possibly.
You may have 3 balls. We don't know.
That would either be very fortunate or unfortunate. You know, there's a creature once that has 3 legs and 3 arms. Anyway, I probably shouldn't think about that. That's for wizards. To which Kundrik sends him a dirty glare. Doesn't say nothing, but definitely glares the guy. If looks could kill,
Eat the dick.
this guy'd be the next zombie. You know, I think one of the older hunters had some dealings with him sometime past.
Is he around?
Not here right now, but I could probably get his ass here.
I would appreciate
How's Rurik doing?
that. He's currently a tree.
He's planted nice. Made sure to take a look at him. I don't know much about pruning, but
He's a little scraggly looking right now.
I know he turned into a tree. Everybody in town knows that Rurik turned into a tree. If there was a person that was practically the town champion, it was him. I mean, at least in the sense of he was challenging people left and right. Getting himself killed once.
Yeah, I was over that.
Yeah.
Lift my helmet up just enough to get my mouth. This is
He
not
just
the way.
hollers out, "Hey, Sarah!" The older lady. What? Older guy, rafted? She goes, Ribbon? Yeah. Any idea if he's in town right now? It's like he was here last night. As long as he didn't kill himself, he'll be around. Alright.
Same dog.
You said ribbon?
Ribbon.
Ribbon.
It's an NPC that Rourke has actually talked to in the past. Yeah. As long as when I finish my drink, I'll go knock on his door and drag his ass here as long as he's alive.
I can fix what ails him.
Kundrik just chuckles.
I am the worst nightmare for drunks.
And Kundrik's just thinking, well, if he did drink himself to death.
I mean, technically, we can fix that too.
Yep. We can fix it.
There's very little a person can do to himself, except for maybe disintegrate themselves fully, or get killed by a god of death.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, like, he proceeds to shortly afterwards gets, like, a plate of eggs, which he then, pours a bunch of, condiments on, demolishes, drinks some more water out of the bucket, and all the while slowly drinking his drink, and with that, he goes, I'll be back.
The stew is very good.
I like my pork and beans. This tastes delicious.
You were walking behind us.
Nah, I will walk in the front.
The important part is we're not going near any enemies that might track by smell.
You also should not light any fires.
Aww.
But we're by the fire.
That might be a risk we have to take for the moment. I hope that his dwarven digestion is as slow as dwarves.
Like to point out that dwarves have a aspect of our digestion system that, well, compared to elves, we might, pass gas a lot. Compared to humans, it's almost like we're keeping that stuff in pressurized.
That's good to know.
I still don't
All
trust being behind it.
All I'm picturing is Vaughn is an old-timey miner from A Million Ways to Die.
He just farts himself to death.
Yeah. He eats hot sauce and dies.
I was thinking Old Man McNugget from Gravity Falls.
He doesn't fart nearly enough.
No.
He's like Milo in Legend of Korra.
Wow.
That boy
Wow.
farted all the
I
time.
haven't watched the...
Oh, he's an airbender who airbends through gas. He literally destroyed somebody with it.
With his farts.
Landed and just
Yeah.
watch the dude
Die.
gone. You never see him again.
Yeah, he's a fart bender. It's disturbing. It's a very
Some
disturbing.
animator had a great time with that.
Some animator had a really great time.
I'm pretty sure the entire animation team had a great time
I'm
with
pretty
that.
sure whoever storyboarded that was laughing their ass off. Let's make the boy pass wind.
I mean, from the first scene they had him in, he was basically a snot monster. So.
It's Milo. He's always asleep when he's bored. Can't meditate to save his life.
So, yeah, he's meditating so good. No, he's asleep.
Well, at least he's sitting quietly. And
Anyway.
then whenever Tenzin used powers, he was exquisite.
But yeah, he leaves, comes back with one of the older guys, who does look like he is indeed feeling the wrath of only having shots to drink to fill the evening.
He is tore out from the floor.
I poke him.
Ah!
Told you, the worst nightmare of
I think I still need the bucket. And the old man goes over to the bucket. Does the same thing. You just hear.
I can see this now. Later in the. Look, if you get so badly destroyed, look for the guy hanging out with the lost cause. It's a rough start, but it gets you going. I'm like an energy drink.
Like a 5-hour interview.
I think we go to sleep. Are you kidding me? I had the best nap drink for one of those ones.
How long have you worked for?
But yeah, with that he comes over and goes, Triad?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't heard that name in 20 years. Haven't had much cause to, I suppose. Do you mind if I ask what this is about?
We recently ran into him and we have some questions. What did you do with him?
Well, I was hired to help track a strange beast, working with a collection of... They came across as mercenaries, really. And Triad was their... what's the best way of putting it? Sneak thief? You know what I mean? Disappears, really good at putting a knife in a man's back. Not as good at putting it in their front.
Okay.
Um,
Can you describe him for me, if possible?
if you want to trust my memory, he roughly describes the Triad that you've seen. Other than he doesn't have part of the loose mercenary uniform that they were wearing. Like he was talking about that they had a particular sash that they wore, and all of them had like this neck choker, gorget. That was a part of their uniform. Beside that, they were all piecemeal. He wasn't really in charge of the group of people there, but he was kind of, at the same time, they generally listened to him. But yeah, I helped him track down a particular beastie, and they paid me, and I went on my way. I mean, guy was a bit creepy, and one of those guys that seems to know more than what they're letting on. Like, the way he talked, it almost seemed like he knew more about you than he was letting on, and so at the same time, you were like, well, what kind of secrets are you keeping from me about me? Does that make sense?
It does, actually.
But yeah, the next time I dealt with that group of men, he was nowhere with them, so either I thought he died fighting the beastie, or there's the seven. It was mixed in with the others. I'm still missing the Miriam. Liked games. And not like random games, but like wouldn't enjoy. Well, no. Well, I mean, I'm sure he likes puzzles. See, there was a puzzle box he played with a fair amount when he was there. But like, you know how some games, like, if it's really chance that it's, you know, like random, like you're just like, hi, I've got 6 dice and I'm rolling them, and if they get higher than other dude, I win.
Monopoly.
But if you're playing a game where, you know, there's a strategy to it, he was always seemingly in on it.
Chess.
But yeah, no, that was damn near 20 years ago, so don't know what happened to him.
Well, apparently he's around and kicking.
I mean,
Do you remember anything about the beast that you were hunting?
yeah. So this is gonna sound, I don't know if sacrilegious is the term, but imagine, if you will, a unicorn. But instead of it being a unicorn, it's more of like large one-horned horse with a stony hide and definitely was like the opposite of innocence.
Like a rhino.
No, because a rhino and a unicorn are two different things. I don't know much about rhinos. I've heard tale of them. But, like, it's almost like this thing was everything you've heard about a unicorn and then twisted to be the opposite.
No, a religion.
Go for it.
14, 20.
Doesn't necessarily pop a...
I was thinking nightmare. But they don't have a stony hide, and they generally are on fire.
But, yeah, figured worst comes to worst. If this was some kind of unicorn, we were putting the damn thing out of its misery, because some of the carnage that we came across following this damn thing, definitely not an innocent unicorn. He shudders. But, anytime it wasn't rampaging around citizenry and doing unkind things to the said citizenry, it was almost gone like nothing existed. Like, it seemed like it had a lot of magic at its disposal, but it was still trackable. And I thought they got it because they never mentioned it when I ran into the mercenaries later, but I stopped hearing tales of the things that were being left behind when this
Do you remember the
unicorn.
mercenary's name? The mercenary group's name?
The mercenary company? You know what? Ironically, it's less memorable. I don't even know if there were so much mercenaries, but the band was something like the...
It was the Band of the Hawk. God damn it, Griffith! You alright there?
The Iron...
I farted.
Oh.
He's stinking himself out. Speaking of beans... I was Iron... Iron Sword, Iron Blade, Iron... I don't know, it was not a creative name. The leader was a man by the name of Trakoff.
Hold on.
Okay.
What was his name?
Trakoff. Like I said, the guys of the band much more memorable than their stupid name. Now, you guys are creative, being called the Lost Causes and all that.
Yeah, whoever came up with that.
Kundra goes, I don't actually remember.
I remember.
I remember.
Kundrik is claiming he doesn't remember whether he's telling the truth or not.
I remember when I used to know.
That's probably about all I can help you out with.
I pulled 10 gold coins out of my pocket and handed to him.
He takes it,
For your,
puts
your
it back
memory.
down.
For your memories, sir.
Nah, your works, crew.
Well, then use it to drink yourself blind again.
Yeah, I don't pay for drinks.
No, I mean when you go somewhere else. Like if you're in another town randomly.
You're not letting an old man just not take your money, are you?
Correct.
So you'd be direct. Basically say, no, the money's going to sit here even if I don't take it.
100%.
He takes the money. He just kind of tosses it up to the counter.
I don't know the heart to be like, son, I'm older than you. I've seen things. Not a stony unicorn that is the opposite of innocence.
Yeah, it did little corrupt things to people.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it, Tara.
Like I said, you guys worked with Rurik while he was still around, so
Well,
whatever you guys need. You
I
guys, your company.
Oh, yes. I know they did.
You know? Thought he holds up his drink to Rurik. Kind of looking
Cheers.
at Vaughn, Kundrik, and Darkness.
Long may he reign.
I make bad smells.
Yeah, some of us miss that boy being out here every single morning like clockwork exercising. You can tell time by him going out to exercise. Must be the next day. Look who's out there trying to be impressive. All right.
After he leaves, and it's just us at the table, do you think the thing they hunted was an abomination?
Probably.
It had magic. It was Fey-like. And was corrupted through to no end. Strikes me as an abomination.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, what did they want with it? Other than, I suppose the iron whatever they were in the idea of that's a problem, and we're getting paid to get rid of it. But try it.
Triad probably, he seems to be the type of person.
I mean, it almost begs the question, was Triad as we know Triad before he went and faced the abomination, or now that he is running around?
Ooh, that's a great question. Was the Triad of that time the same guy?
Mm.
Or did something happen while facing the Ornicorn that fundamentally changed the individual?
I wish he knew the name of the mercenaries because we could look further into it. It's kind of hard to be like, yeah, there was a mercenary company 20 years ago that started with the name Iron something.
Yeah,
I know a
yeah,
group
yeah.
of people that would have records of it.
Hmm.
The Knights. There's an order of knights that are serving some kind of eternal watch on the city, and they take it upon themselves occasionally to crusade and help out with things. They're in a fortress near the south entrance to the ruin, but they have an entire record department that's, well, kept by some people that you probably won't like, apparently.
Witches?
Well, just undead fellows. I think the one guy was a vampire.
Yeah.
It depends on the reasonings. My god is not so black and white.
Something about undying oaths.
That might be a walk around. Most of the ones I like.
Yeah, it didn't seem like they were like, yes, I want to further the course of my own life. It was more of like, oh god, I'm still here keeping the books.
Yeah, that sounds like the kind of punishment my god would actually give somebody.
Am I wrong?
No, you were not wrong.
Well, maybe we need to make a trip down there sometime in the future.
Not in this rain. I am going to bed.
We'll finish-
Don't you need to go visit the Madame Who Knows?
Not in this rain. I am going to bed.
Well, let's finish eating. Then we'll go back to the house. So wait and see if the rain stops.
More mead, please.
Actually, I look at Kundrik. You want to go take a walk to the wizard?
Want and feel a responsibility that it's needed are two completely different things. I am not bothered by the weather. Heck, I'd go for a nice walk in this.
Will you join me on a walk to the
I will
wizard?
join with you to go to the tower.
As well, you may not get along with him. You know him.
I think that useless Ponce would be a complete waste of time, but that's
Quite
fine.
possible. And you know what? I'd just like to exhaust it as an option. And then tomorrow, if the rain stops, then you and Kuali can go to the Madame Who Knows.
Yeah.
I suppose if Kuali wants to come with us to see the wizard.
You want to go out to see the wizard?
I don't think Vaughn's much of a wizard guy.
In this state, absolutely not.
Right. We'll just leave you here. You can get further and further blackout.
Works for me, dog.
I'll babysit him.
Did I lose Kuali?
I'll go to visit the wizard.
Alright.
Alright.
Follow the yellow brick road. Off to see the wizard.
It's not a yellow brick road.
I'm odd.
Go a little bit north of town. In fact, just a little bit further north than the hut. Make a sharp left and go on a path. Kind of leads up to the northern edge of town. As just a reminder of people, it's almost this kind of like rocky ridge to it. And you guys kind of travel up some of the ridge and get to the tower. It's not that far out of town. It's far enough that it's an inconvenience, but not far enough that it's like, oh my god, I'm spending my whole day just to visit the tower. And as you guys go out there, there's actually a couple, mostly stick and cloth structures that have been put together kind of around the base of the tower itself. And you guys see some people that look of the same wear and tear, but cleaner as many of the refugees that are kind of coming in and out of the places. Looks like for the most part they're doing some washing. They're like, a couple people out there that are shaping stones and like a lot of menial tasks being done around these kind of structures. And they pay you no mind as you guys approach the tower. Kudrick goes up, knocks on the door. A moment later, the door opens. There is a young lady in a set of simple cloth robes. She looks like she's almost like going to give a maybe even a half friendly hello, and then looks down and sees Kudrick and just goes, what?
I'd like to speak with the wizard, please.
She looks up. Looks down at Kudrick. Looks up at you. Kudrick goes, he wants to come here. I'm just a tour guide. Looks over, sees Kowali.
Hello.
Immediately rolls over and shows her belly.
Let me go to see if my master is seeing visitors. She invites you into the main little area. And I suppose the necromancer can come in here too if he so desires.
I leave that up to you, Kudrick.
I'll come inside the building. In case somebody tries something.
Kudrick. I don't ask you for much. Be civil, please.
I'll be quiet.
You have to be quiet. Be civil.
Smack someone with the tree branch.
But if that's what you need to do to be civil, I understand.
The lady kind of chuckles and then proceeds to go and get the back rooms, which presumably is stairs up somewhere wherever the master is currently.
I'm also pretty sure I could take everyone in this tower by myself.
Mayhap.
I'm almost certain I am brave Sir Robin at this point. Or no, Sir Lancelot.
I was about to say, but you bravely run away?
No, it's Sir Lancelot. Randomly murdering everyone in the tower.
Hi.
To rescue the damsel in distress, who was a dude in a dress.
He was in night clothes.
It looked like a dress. Which is why Sir Lancelot rescued him.
He definitely helped Sir Lancelot's... Anyway, after a little bit, the wizard comes down. He raises an eyebrow when he sees the three of you together. He looks at Kudrick. Kudrick nods in his direction and keeps his mouth shut.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Do you have any identifiable markings anywhere on your armor or anything like that?
Well, my armor's just chainmail, so not on the armor.
Or like or anything?
I have my holy symbol. I don't have any fear of showing that. Actually, I probably have two holy symbols, one for St. Cooper and the other one for Terramug. My helmet has a faded, and scratched up skull motif painted on it.
Oh. Greetings, Guardian of Crypts, and it is my pleasure to host a member of the higher planes here.
That's right.
Not to.
He bows. In case you're not looking at the camera. Welcome back, Alana. What can I say to owe this pleasure, although I find your company to be somewhat ironic and not the greatest.
I'll ask you the same thing I asked him, even though we are in your house. You would kindly be civil. I understand you two have a history, and I've asked him to be civil as well. I just have a couple of questions, and then I'll be out of your hair.
Kudra goes, you know what? Might be better if I wait outside. That would be the polite thing to do.
I will not brook insults in polite
Kudra gets
company.
up and he goes outside.
Because this wizard will learn what smite feels like.
All right. Well, what can I do for you?
My name's Beckett.
It's a pleasure, Beckett. My name is... Oh, God. I haven't had to think about this guy's name in quite some time.
It's because we've never actually gotten it. The conversation you had with him was one of, you didn't need to speak it out loud because none of us went in with Kundra.
It's Kundrik and him by himself. That's... Woof. Give me a second. These are notes that are a couple of years old, not Gmail. Documents. Because this is like original construction of the city level stuff here.
Oh, wow.
What the heck, Firefox? Why are you crashing?
Yep, this hasn't been open since 2024. Well, has been modified since then.
Which probably means that's the last time it was open.
I am the wizard Rain Irip.
I'm sorry, what?
Rain? R-E-I-N.
R-E-I-N.
Irip. I-R-R-I-P. Because I'm a creative speller.
Wait, okay. Master Herb, I just have a couple of questions about an individual we've recently come across, and I wanted to know if you knew of him.
Well, ask away.
Do you know of an individual named Triad?
It's quite possible to recognize that name.
And the next question would be, what do you know of him?
It's going to have to be a trade back and forth for this one. Why do you need to know about Triad?
Because I don't like the way he talks to my friends.
Interesting. He looks you both up and down. Wow, you're traveling. I don't think I would have given any of this information to any of your previous, now traveling companions, or current traveling companions. I think I might actually be able to trust you two? Triad bare bones of it. On my master's notes from previously, well before I took over the mantle of the wizard of this town, he had... Triad was a problem solver. Even from some young age, and he had been in service to my master on multiple occasions. Until Triad found a better calling.
A what?
A better calling. As far as can be said, he stopped just doing open work for pay. 25 years ago, probably? Where he wouldn't just randomly do jobs, because my master previously would hire him to liberate items from people that he didn't think that person should have. It's a thief, basically. Not a murderer, thief. Still criminal, I suppose. My master engaged multiple people that went out and did work for him, but he also had several other people that he worked with in the background. I do believe, through some circumstance or another, he ended up going to work for one of my masters, their little cabal or council, one of the enemies. And over the past 25-ish years, he's seen to come and go, and sometimes working as a subordinate to things, other times in charge, sometimes as a lone figure. Various appearances. He's been at the celebration every 4 years. The dedication at Last Stand on multiple occasions. I have some information on what he looks like, and that he is a possible danger, and that it's likely that he works for my old master's enemy. Of which my old master was unfortunately very tight-lipped about, and did not give me too much information on this, exactly what this old enemy was, or would be doing. Now, I'd like to ask you a favor, if not passing on that I'm mentioning anything about an old master of mine, because many of the people of the town think that I'm the same individual that was running this tower that long ago. It's a very important part of the image. I just happen to look a fair amount like it.
I have a caveat to this request.
All right.
In the future, please do attempt to be more cordial to my companion. I'm not expecting best friends, I'm just expecting not fighting. I understand you two have beef.
If I was concerned about him being a danger when he first stood at my door begging to become an apprentice, when I already noticed that he was going to become a necromancer, I could have eliminated him then. I didn't. I don't like necromancy. This has been passed on to me from my master's teachings. And necromancers are a stain on the world. Whether or not they practice what would be considered ethical imperial necromancy, or madmen who become necromancers or survive off of draining the life energy of other creatures.
Well, some of those are certainly on my list of things that I have done. Thus far, though, Kudrick has yet to trigger that itch.
Again, had I thought he was evil or a danger, I would have dealt with him when he was standing on my doorstep.
I just ask it as a politeness. I'll also attempt to not bring him around when I have questions. I needed an in.
There is a fair amount of knowledge contained in this tower. I may not be the world's most powerful wizard. I understand this. And at this point, if he and I got into a wizard's duel, I might not win. I get that. I don't think he is a bad person.
He's not.
I think he has bad practices. And
But long story short, I will agree not to mention that you have told us anything about the situation.
yeah, that's perfectly fine.
I do have a couple of other real quick questions for you, though.
Hi, Granny. All right.
What was your master's name?
Rain Irip.
So you share a name.
I took his name upon.
That's what I mean. You share a name. Very well.
As far as anybody knows, we're the same individual.
So the other question I have is, about 20-ish years ago, Triad traveled with a mercenary group. They were named Iron something. An individual told me sword or blade. I was wondering if maybe you could clarify that for me. Seeing as you're also not a drunk.
I'd have to. Fair. I try not to touch anything that softens the mind.
He's a nerd. What do you expect?
He's a nerd.
He's a lightweight.
No, he's just a complete nerd. Like push-up glasses. Yeah, I don't touch alcohol. That makes me do bad decisions.
He just doesn't mention it. Calculator. He does math for fun.
Ew.
You're gonna have to excuse me for a moment while I look through some books.
I can wait.
I haven't memorized every bit of information in this tower yet.
Good luck on that.
It's really the one tool I have at my disposal.
No, it's not. I'm not being derisive. But there should be good luck on it.
You may feel free to come up with my study here.
All right. Come on, Koala.
Again, I'm in the presence of a Cardinal. Like, feel free. I have more trust in you than I probably should.
And we stab him.
If you only knew what I was.
I hate
You
to
guys
say it,
knew
I'm
what
a.
I was.
I mean,
Hey.
the player knows now.
No, you don't. What am I?
Well, okay, the player knows that your gods are St. Petersburg and who knows.
He's got another clue, but that doesn't define what he is.
Yeah, I'm a paladin. I could have 100 gods if I want.
Fair enough.
So, my dear Cardinal,
You're tiefling without the horns.
may I ask why you are associated with the Lost Causes?
Well, when I showed up, they needed help.
By all accounts, they do need help.
If he could see me behind my helmet. About all he's got is this.
But,
You're like,
No, it's a...
bitch.
I'm enough help.
But that's fine, understandable. I heard rumors that something showed up when the
Seeing as I had to replace a cleric and a fighter.
fungal problems were happening. I will give Kundrik this. He spent a lot of time training and setting up healers to help with the disease that was running around.
That's what I hear.
I just don't think he's ever going to forgive me for any of my previous rebukes of him.
Dwarves have long memories, but they can be changed.
But in my lifetime?
Possibly.
You guys go up a couple levels in the tower, basically, and it opens up, and there's a...
Stairs.
Clank,
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 There's a couple apprentices who are also running around, doing their best to get out of the way. So you guys
Make
go
them
up.
carry me out.
And he goes up and to the apprentices there, like he directs them to help him find a particular book. A couple minutes later, he then tells them some exercises to go do in another room. He opens it up. You're looking at the Hands of the Iron Mace.
Hands of the Iron Mace. Give me 1 second.
Interesting that the very beginning of it is just mentioned as him. When my master recorded it, it seemed like that may be of some import because they're listed as him, Hands of the Iron Mace.
Him.
Yes.
Is it like H-I-M?
Well, yeah, I mean that Hands of Iron Mace. But that
I wonder if they still exist.
I
That's a
can't
question.
say I have ever heard of them.
That is a question for another person. No offense.
No, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I have a lot of knowledge here. I know a place where you could get further knowledge. It's just not something I would have suggested to your group beforehand. But with you two, one of my old master's council members or cabal fellow I don't know a good way to put it. Is they never really put a name to it or anything else along those lines. My master had some allies. And your group seems to be getting of the skill that might be involved with them at this particular point. It's very hard to find Fortress to the north. Because once you know about it, you begin to forget about it the moment you're not there unless you're carrying a piece of it with you. Yes, you're remembering back to the Imperial Capital campaign for a moment there. I saw that look.
Oh, well, that was part of it. The other part was I was remembering something that one of the cursed knights told us.
And he might have use for a group such as yours, despite the group's previous composition.
I'm going for a check. Does this individual have a name?
So, they've lived so long in the castle.
Gotcha.
If I knew it, I'd forget it by the time I was done dealing with it. You need to find one of their direct agents. I can tell you this, often in my master's notes, he was referred to as a diviner.
Crap.
I know exactly who it is.
Yep.
God damn it.
He also occasionally mentions him as the grandson, almost as though that is a title. No idea what his name is. In fact, when my master died, unfortunately away from the tower, I didn't have enough information to contact them. I just continued the original plan of taking over the tower and my master was gone.
Ironically, I know exactly who it is. Which also tells me now I know who hired the Four. Because that makes sense. That guy is still meddling. All these fucking centuries later.
We gotta kill the diviner, don't we?
Huh? No, God, we
Hyperbole.
couldn't. It'd be impossible. That guy knows what's going on the second before you even think about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
He already knew what you were doing yesterday. That man beat the brakes off of the scariest priest I knew.
So, and I understand that if you go, you'll probably take Kundrik with you, which again, if he won a lot of brownie points with me for having the courage to be elbows deep into the disease and training people on being healers. It feels ironic given his profession, but
Well, he says he's more of a healer than anything else.
there is the arcanist in me that has a very hard time reconciling those two professions.
Just because he's a medical doctor who's about 8 minutes too late usually.
Didn't fail medical school to lose a patient yet.
He's a medical examiner.
At least he's not Dexter.
Nah. So,
That was Jeremy's last character.
but yeah, there's the best I could provide to that, and an avenue that I'm sure will answer many of your questions if need be. And I am fairly certain that if you find the diviner, the grandchild, they'll probably have some work for you. Like I said, I think you might be of a level of proficiency that your skills might be useful.
We're at the right level, Cap.
You can actually
Well, I
kill
thank
someone.
you.
I warn you, you won't be tasked with anything if it wasn't dangerous.
They usually don't ever task me with anything unless it's extremely dangerous. Even if they don't know it's extremely dangerous.
Hey,
We were
go-
supposed to go look at the forest. That turned out to be extremely dangerous.
Given that it used to be occupied by a very dangerous patron, I mean, I would have automatically thought that it would be dangerous.
It's a fascinating place, I can tell you that.
I've been considering checking it out myself, but
There's still some dangers there, but we've dealt with most of the overt ones.
now that a little birdie has told me what exited the place with you, that I feel that it might be unintelligent for me to go check it out at this particular juncture.
Probably, especially because there's something angry running around looking for the other thing.
And I'm guessing Triad?
He's the one.
Well, I'm going to go back to training students and studying, unless you need something else.
Nope, that's it. Thank you for your time.
I don't have any tasks to bequeath upon you in any fashion.
It's okay. I've got a bucket list right now that I'm going through.
If you do head north, please impart to the former friends of my master that, if I could, I would like to know maybe what happened to him, and if I could also be of some service to them.
I will do, as you asked.
Sadly, I am nowhere near the mage that my master was, but I'm a very good researcher.
Keep that in mind.
The master was terrible at it.
But he apparently kept good notes.
Oh, he loved writing a book. He hated reading them. Which I would normally consider to be the opposite of what someone in wizardry would do. But he taught me. And I, in turn, am able to teach dozens of people. Although some of them don't have any ability with magic whatsoever and probably will not progress past maybe simple cantrips, I do what I can. Now, I also know for your group's reputation, if you have a history of running into orphans and like, now, if you ever come across any that have any kind of magical inclinations or overly sharp minds, this place would be a great place for them.
I pull Vaughn out of my back pocket. Have you met Vaughn?
The stupidity, it hurts!
I just fart in his
Ironically,
face.
Vaughn is
The fact that its brain is only thinking dig is overcoming my
ironically,
brain!
Vaughn is a high enough level or high enough intelligence that he could
He
have
could.
been a wizard.
He
He
could have
would have
been.
only been able to cast up to second level spells, but still.
You could multi-class into
Yeah.
wizard.
It's
Actually,
more
yeah.
the meme. Alright?
He's 1 point away from it. Because remember,
It's-
his age is 12.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's the meme, not necessarily anything against Vaughn.
You need a 13 to multi-class into a particular class.
Yep.
He might have a 12 intelligence, but his goblin artifact on his head drops his IQ at least a good, 4 points.
It's an artifact now. Cool.
Well, it hasn't got destroyed even when something would possibly kill him.
This is true.
I just chalked it up to goblin luck.
Alright.
Leave.
Okay.
Unless Qualt's got anything.
Kundrik is out. Fair. Nope.
Alright, Kundrik. Thank you for leading me here.
Kundrik is currently outside talking to, two of the younger looking, acolyte robe wearing kind of, things. You guys come on, turns around. I hope you're able to get something out of him.
Actually, I did do quite a bit. Still more questions, but that seems to be going to be the case for a while until we learn more.
Do you have more answers than questions?
I still have more questions.
Well, I still think he's more wind than anything else, but alright.
Well, let us go. I will tell you some secrets on the way.
Juicy secrets?
At least one.
Alright, I'll accept juicy secrets. Never got around to, Solomon going through and moving everything like an inch to the left in that place.
I would have done it. Sneaking into his tower, moving every piece of furniture and every object 1 inch to the right.
He didn't try turning Koali into a collection of ingredients.
No, he's not like that. His master was prolific in his writing, but sucked at research, apparently.
Interesting.
He also had nice things to say about your work on the disease. He actually went out of character to describe your bravery in this particular aspect.
Almost like someone who could have done more for the situation and chose to sit back in their tower.
Actually, from what I gather, probably not. He's a researcher, but I don't think he's that kind of researcher. He's also worried that you could take him on in a fight and more than likely win.
I know I can't.
Well, please don't. He may prove useful in the future because that tower is a library. And I have seen a very severe lack of those in this area.
Yeah. And he restricted my access to it one of the few times that we really needed it, which is when I decided he was not an ally.
Well,
Because he had no good reason.
let's just say I've made some inroads. We might be able to change opinions. But that being said, he did have the name of the mercenary company, and his master did have dealings with Triad in the past, roughly about 25 years ago. Riven's probably not exactly sure as to what year. 20-ish years ago is kind of what he said. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Wait. His master, 20 years ago.
Yes.
By all accounts, he was the wizard 20 years ago.
Yes, that's the juicy secret I will give you. Alright. On pain of me having to be angry at you, which you do not want, he has taken his master's name and his identity. His master apparently died somewhere in the north.
Ah! He's a charlatan!
Yes.
Uh,
So, but
that makes me understand how I'm a better wizard at this point.
don't tell any of the townsfolk that. Please do not ruin this for them. They think he's still the same wizard. Just to silently enjoy the fact that you're better than him. He did point us out to a different wizard.
But
I'll
he,
tell you about a tower that releases itself from your brain.
I feel like that's jogging a memory somewhere in my head.
It should in actuality. Cause
Maybe a person, not a thing?
Because we as a group have ran into the diviner already.
That's
And
how-
the grandson. They were in the same spot. And pretty much as soon as he was out of sight, we started forgetting about him.
Oh well. Let's
Let's get home.
get home. We can walk around town, so I won't tell anybody nothing.
Oh man, we gotta take the long way back. What the heck?
No, we don't. We go straight there. I don't care.
Yeah, technically, you could cut across at an angle as opposed to going south and then
Yeah.
east.
fair.
Or we just dig a tunnel underneath.
No, we're not digging cut.
I
Well,
don't think we need to dig a tunnel. There's probably already.
Yeah, there's probably already tunnels there.
We just need to dig an entrance into the tunnel.
All right. You guys get back as the temperature starts dropping rapidly.
Bum, bum, bum.
Still raining.
or now is it snow?
Still in that kind of mist. It's turned from
Oh.
ugly hot to like kind of ugly cold.
I don't like this. What time of year is it? If I remember, we were in spring and going into summer.
It is. You should be hitting about the edge of summer.
It's May. It's May.
It's gonna be May.
I mean, not an unusual time for weather spikes, but
If we wake up and it's snowing tomorrow, I am pushing Maud into a little tree.
What
That's,
the hell did I do?
that's fine, but that also tells us something's wrong.
Yes.
All right, well, we'll get back to the house.
okay. You guys get back to the house. Nothing's on fire,
And
other than the fireplace.
I sit down at the fireplace and eat myself after I shake myself off.
And I fart into the fireplace.
Oh God.
And there goes that half the house.
Damn it, Vaughn.
Kundrik did technically said it was like a compressed. Yeah.
Firebenders.
As he goes rocketing out of the house.
Rocketing out of the chimney.
His biscuits are burning. His biscuits are burning.
My bum bum's on fire.
No, I'm thinking like a jet engine.
I was thinking like Yosemite Sam from
I mean,
Roger Rabbit.
But if you said it's like compressed gas, he's a jet engine.
And did you say your butt plug's on fire?
My bum bum's on fire.
Bum bum.
I suppose that's one thing to call it.
It, like my brain shuffled that to be like addressed later. I made the comment, then all of a sudden my brain's like, "This is what you need to address later," and I'm like, "Yes, I clearly did not hear that right."
Vaughn had the butt plug.
His second goblin. Stay away from the masked goblins, man. All right. Is the group going to be doing anything else this evening?
Farting and throwing up probably.
Kundrik will actually approach you at some point.
What?
So this actually came up, and I was thinking about it. Do we need to prune Rurik, or do any like plant care?
We might need to.
It wouldn't hurt. He's
You
looking.
said you're in the latrine. You're not here right now.
He hangs out in the house at times.
I come into the house, I fart, I leave. I came, I saw, I farted, I left.
If that's what he's doing, I lock the door.
Yeah.
Now you're trapped
But
here
yeah,
with me.
because
and I don't
you know,
breathe.
no offense, you're the plant expert,
Yeah.
and even though he's a person plant,
I can maybe speak to him. Would out of character? Would speak with plant work with him? Okay, we'll figure this out.
you've never run across a tree that has a literal beating heart of a human being in the center of it.
Well, I did in Fallout 7 or in Fallout 3, but
Okay, technically, yes, there was that guy in
Harold.
Fallout 3.
Harold in the tree.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can maybe talk to him when it stops freaking raining because I don't want to have to keep wiping off my fur every time I go in and out.
Alright, then I'll push for you to go be a wet cat.
You're so needy.
You don't have fur.
Tomorrow I
My
want
luscious beard. Soaking wet.
Hey, I just absorbed most of it, and it's been a surprisingly good day for me.
Mine might actually be clean because of all the rain.
He picks another flower out of his, his mossy, 'cause he doesn't have beard, he's got the, epic, sideburns.
He's got moss beard. He's tree beard.
Well, with all the rain, mine might actually be a little bit clean.
Just from the
There's,
top down.
you'd have to get layers and layers, like, it's
I
certain,
think
a
a
number
little-
of layers
I
have
think a
definitely been
little
worn
bit.
To be
down.
fair, I do not picture Vaughn to be that one dude who didn't take a bath for 60 years. Because he thought it would kill him, and then they made him take a bath, and then he died 5 days later. So he might have been onto something.
I imagine it more of like layers of dirt from digging, not necessarily like
But he's also been
Nastiness.
submerged in water
fair. He
in
has,
recent memory, so
Anyhow.
he can't be that dirty.
Yeah.
but yeah. So
I bring up my beard. Black
unless
water
anybody
from
has anything to do for the evening passes loudly, but also uneventfully. There's some big thunderstorms. And
Nah, that's just me.
like it doesn't get to snow. It gets a lot cold. Like
Afraid of the thunder? No, I'm just usually afraid of what comes after.
what comes
it.
after it. It's not like it gets super cold. It's partially because it's comparative to the heat of the day. Like there's a strong cold front that sweeps through.
Okay.
I'm still leery about it.
No, that's fine.
Though in the future, I just realized you can use a survival roll to have a guesstimate at the weather for the day.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Ooh. Can I be the group weatherman?
I mean, you can
What's
always
your-
choose to.
Seth, what's your roll, your skill, your point in survival?
I'm checking that now.
Because I have a +8.
I just think he's gonna roll anyway.
Yeah, I'll assist.
I'll assist. I'll assist whoever. I don't care. I only got +2.
Wisdom.
+7.
Okay, he's actually somewhat decent. And
He's
you
only
can-
got access to 4 skills.
Yeah.
One of them is climbing. Well,
And digging.
athletics.
I did not roll well.
Well, good thing.
Did you roll with advantage?
No.
Roll again. It'll probably be higher. It might not be.
It's the fucking same.
No? Try.
Well, Seth, you have a +7, right?
Yes.
So that's.
This is +7.
Oh.
What'd you roll?
13.
So 20.
No.
No. You got a
6
13
plus
afterwards.
7.
6 plus
Oh.
7.
When I asked what you rolled, I meant what the die said.
Oh, 6.
Thank you, bud.
It's a good question what the weather's going to be like. When it comes along, it's just kind of like there's still a fair amount of the humidity there, but most of it rained out, so it's just like everything's going to be wet, and it's heavily cloudy at the moment. Much cooler temperatures than yesterday. It's not a constant level of water in the air. Most of that went sploosh.
I drag the cat outside, see if it gets wet. If it doesn't get wet, it's all good.
Oh, it's the Australian rock technique.
Yeah.
It's a sign with a rock on a string attached to it, and there's a list of things. If the rock's doing something, it tells you what the weather is. If the rock's gone, tornado.
This rock doesn't claw your eyes out.
I mean, I didn't say it was a good idea. That's what it's like.
Yeah, you know what? Where's my dice?
All right, we're doing this.
D4.
No fighting, children.
Wait, what do you need D4 for?
Because that's what she does for arm strike.
Claw. Actually, wait, no, I need to roll a hit first.
Oh, that
What
might
do we
help.
need for the best?
Man, these dice suck.
Mine aren't rolling good either.
7. Wait, no, 10.
I think you didn't get through his armor.
No.
She claws at your armor. She's getting feisty. You should probably
She's
put
getting
it down.
feisty. I just throw her outside quick. Well, she ran back in. She's totally dry. We're all good.
No, I need to make it.
Technically, that would be a strength check.
Ooh, cool.
And technically that would be a dex check for me because I need to see if I land on my feet.
Oh, yes.
Well, I mean, in this particular case, he's attempting to grapple toss you.
Yeah.
In which case, you could attempt to just scamper out.
Yeah, you could use
Escape artist or dexterity related to try to
Acrobatics.
acrobatics.
It's not
That's
escape
it. Not escape artist. It's acrobatics. To attempt to not be thrown and escape grasp of rude
I
dwarf.
didn't throw you. I rolled a 2.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I rolled the 12.
You scamper out of his grasp.
Back to the fireplace.
I remember one time what a goat said to me was, blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah.
I'm not gonna do the other thing the goat said because that's just loud and obnoxious. No, that's screaming.
Can I try again?
No. Fuck
I
you.
think she's going to be avoiding you.
Okay. You know what? Fair.
I jump up on the rafters.
You find the Myogi's bed space. There's not much there.
Alright, then. And then
But
you
no,
and
when-
Wally have a trip to Madame Nose.
Oh, joy.
All I planned on doing today was visiting the tanners to see if they're finished with my hide. But it's also getting late, so I might call it a night and let you guys finish out.
Okay.
I was like, I gotta be up early in the morning.
We can do this.
Can we at least get this interaction out of the way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if he goes to bed,
Yeah.
but I know you guys came together.
Yes.
So unless you want me to give you a ride home.
No.
I just figured out it was good timing.
All right. So Kawali and Darkness are going to go off to go see the Madame Moon House.
Yep.
All right. Like I said, it's just a wet morning. In fact, the walk through town's great because that cross-section road is like well paved, has good gutters, all the water runaway happens very efficiently. The back streets are probably less efficient, but these front streets, and they're masterful creation. It's just fine to walk around on.
Do not have much pause.
There. Now, when you get out of the center of town and continue on the road that goes off the side, it gets increasingly muddier.
Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
And then you get out to the swampy area where the Madame Who Knows lives. And as you look out, it looks like the storm has displaced some of the boards. But at this particular point, at least, you are used to the path that needs to be taken. It's got little boards that occasionally go between the little drier spots than others.
Yep.
Some of which you can see the boards nearby just got displaced by the storm last night.
Happens.
Just gonna follow the path you're used to, basically.
Yep.
Okay. You get wet in a couple spots, and there's a couple reptiles at the swamp itself that seem to take interest in the disturbed water, but don't come any closer.
Okay.
And the will-o-wisps in the forest off in the distance are somewhat daring by comparison to normal. Like, they're surprisingly close dancing mites. Now, still not within arm's reach or anything along those lines, but they're zipping between the trees, almost begging for you guys to come bother them. And usually there's like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. There's like a dozen as you guys are going. Okay. And eventually you come across Granny's Isle. As you get closer, the wooden boards have definitely been placed back. Like, some of them, it looks like it was probably at a slightly different angle than it would normally be because of the impression of to where it was previously, but... And as you get within view of the central camp, the Madame Who Knows is there with her large cauldron of mystery whatever, and it's various unusual vapors rising from it, and she's stirring something there, adding a little bit. And there is 2 tents and a little, like, lean-to kind of hanging out. And she has, I don't know if you remember from one of the previous times, it's got a little cover that goes over the cauldron that's kind of like just like a leather tarp with a hole in the center that...
Little chimney.
Yeah. And as you guys, even before you get to the island, she looks over in your direction.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry for bothering you.
As always, it's never a bother. Remember, any interaction you have with me might be more dangerous for you than it is for me.
Probably.
So... would you like some tea?
Yes, please.
How about you, little one? Would you like some tea?
Yes, please.
Are either of you hungry?
Yes.
No. She goes off to one of her side fires. There's some tea apparently already ready. She pours a couple cups, comes over with her little wooden tray that extends into her, like, cloak, things that are still covering all of her hands. And gives you guys cups, and then she just grabs 2 bowls and from the cauldron, just bloop, and then puts them in front of you. It looks like generic gray mush that's
Pickled
probably got
pemmican-
rice in it.
Pickled pemmican stew with rice.
Just pull up a seat. There should be something you can grab to sit on. I have a feeling this might become more of a serious conversation than I would like it to be.
Yeah.
Thank you for not bringing any of the others this time. And then hovering in the background is sometimes distasteful.
The grumpy dwarves. Oh, grumpy, yeah.
So, what brings you here? Oh, what am I doing? Feel free to have the tea, take a couple bites.
Yeah.
The tea, as always, is very good tea. Just kind of generic tea, but it's very well made, steeped. To almost perfect levels, as opposed to someone who's just like, I'm going to make this so tea, it's going to be painful, and your mouth is going to dry out half a second later. And the mush has kind of a generic but pleasant flavor to it that seems to automatically fill you up fairly quickly. I mean, not to the point of where you can't eat anymore, but almost like it's magic stew.
Because it is magic stew. I've been in the cauldron before. I know it's magic stew.
Yeah,
The last time I went
the cauldron has whatever she needs from it there. And then after you guys get a little bit to eat, say, all right, now.
Now, you know,
How much attention did Miriam play?
a guy by the name of Triad.
I very much know about the individual that you are calling Triad.
What can you tell us about him? Then,
Well, Simply put, he's a very dangerous man.
Figured.
Is a good way to title, I suppose, what he is. And that while I don't have a lot of direct information about him, I can assure you it is best for you to steer clear and not have dealings with him.
That's what we've gathered so far. He's not a safe man.
No, he very much is not.
The reason why we're asking this is because I don't know if you know this, but like Twiggy's gone.
Yes, I know Twiggy is gone.
Triad is looking for his daughter.
Triad is looking for Twiggy's power. I know
Yes.
that much.
So that's what I'm asking. I don't.
Triad's part of a group of enemies that you don't want to make. And I have very little other information on him that I can pass on. I know how you could obtain said information. But that probably wouldn't be a good idea to do that either. But I know that Triad is a part of something greater. Something that I can't define. That I don't have direct knowledge of. And I don't think I am entirely safe from Triad's or his being's machinations. I feel safe enough that if he entered my domain, I might be able to defend myself. But not if the greater portion of his semblance
Is
were to come.
Triad the good goblin being? You are, or
Triad is a memory of something that is using its memory to do things. I don't have any more details. That is the best I could give you. He's a reflection of something that once was. And while I am fairly good at figuring out things today, I am not a historian.
fair enough.
The only way that I could guarantee you could get information and you could find out exactly what he is would be for you and yours to speak to the Nothic. The main Nothic, my compatriot Nothic. Because he very much knows a great deal of information about the past. Maybe not a lot about today. But for you to gain access to that information, you would have to go as my emissaries to give you any assurity of safety and for you to be able to get that information for anything other than a mass number of days' servitude to him. Likely a year and a day, although this information might be 10 years and 10 days, or 10 groups of a year and a day, from the way that his servitude works. And for you to travel as my emissaries, I would have to mark you in yours. And that would mean that anybody that dislikes me, any of the patrons or abominations, would also hate you because they hate me. Because I would have to mark you as heralds to a way that would be discernible to anybody with enough senses. And I don't think you want to heap my enemies upon you. Although, it would, I guarantee, you would get every bit of information that Nothic has available. And I suspect that the Nothic knows everything about the thing that remembers Triad. I don't think Triad has been a living thing for at least a number of years. I know through your questioning that you've spoken with people about him previously traveling with mercenaries and doing odd jobs and side work, much like Jobei used to do.
Well, I will get back to you on potentially becoming emissaries. Again, I will have to bring it up with the group.
That depends how hungry you are for the information.
Yep.
I would be willing to do it for you now. There are two basic pieces of information. One, you would all become marked. Two, don't take any mages with you.
Well, there goes Kubrick.
Or anybody that has extensive magic at their disposal. I don't know exactly what all your group has, but I've got a feeling that may just exclude your dwarven plant
And
wizard.
might also exclude me as well.
Oh no, you won't care about druids.
Yeah, fair enough.
Arcane. I don't think you have any other warlocks or associates that you, warlocks or sorcerers that you would take with you.
No.
Because the Nothic will feed off their sanity and make them become more Nothics.
I would do.
Herald or not, that'll be a byproduct of being near him.
I would do. I don't know. Would a paladin count?
Unlikely.
Ask me a question.
Unless that paladin was mayhap to. No. I don't think so.
Okay.
That's still godly or divine. I don't know if a bard would work or not, but
I
don't-
We're not taking the bard. The bard is staying at the house. This is dangerous.
So, yeah, I'm sure you will need to discuss this with your group, but it would take 2 days for you to journey down below. I can give you detailed information, and the Nothic will give you the information. Whether or not it will be direct or puzzled information, I think he would pass on that it would be direct given the nature of the boon that he owes me.
Okay.
I have worked with Nothic on many things in the past. Kind of like I had a working relationship with Twiggy. More so than most of us do out here, because we existed in proximity to each other without warring upon each other. But Twiggy and I were both able to get favors from the Nothic. I don't know if he feels that he owes Twiggy anything else, or if that will transfer to Twiggy's daughter. And yes, I'm aware that during your conversations about sending someone to me, that bringing her up might be something in the future.
Potentially. I don't know that.
I don't know how to deal with the daughter yet. That is something I'm going to have to think about. And yes, she does fit what I do. If the entirety of your group agrees, you'll bring the entirety of your group here. You will have to perform a ritual, and I will mark all of you. And as I said previously, well, let me put it this way. If gaining favor from me enough times will be enough to make you a target,
This would definitely make us a target.
becoming mine, or allied with me directly, will definitely shade something. I have allies in the world, and they might be willing to work with you more, but I have more enemies than I have friends. I'm probably amongst those that have the most friends, because I stay out of other people's business as often as possible. And this is the best I can do for you. We've all done already some great tasks. I am not offended by the idea of officially acknowledging your group as allied with me. But I don't desire to put you into any additional danger that might not have been there before. There are creatures I know you have run into that would have attacked you on sight because of my influence. And in cases of the past, some of those probably would have consumed you all.
Definitely the snake.
Without a moment's thought, or, and no offense, a certain amount of lack of difficulty.
Well,
The closest is your dwarves might cause them indigestion.
we are pretty small in the grand scheme of things.
I don't know if I can officially mark a Gardenal. But I'm sure...
What's a garden?
Would you like to tell her what a Gardenal is, Kuali?
Oh yeah, that's the quality dog. We talked about that.
Uh-oh. Now I'm worried about my connection. Well, seems like it's there.
Yeah, I have 4 my cars.
Anyway. There's the basic information that I can give you. He exists, he's a reflection or a memory of something greater. The being known as Triad is no more. As far as I can tell, there might be physical remains somewhere. But that's information the Nothic might be able to impart. My little agents tell me a lot of things. This is not amongst them. So, do you need anything else? Definitely talk to your friends. This is not a decision you should make lightly.
No, I am very much aware of that.
And I would advise you in general that it would be a bad idea. But then again,
We are called the Lost Causes, so...
I don't think any of you are a lost cause. I think quite often you see lost causes out there, and you go out of your way to make them into causes worth fighting for. That is not necessarily a compliment.
Yeah.
There is a great portion of that holds with it that there's a very thin line between bravery and stupidity.
Yeah. We'll cross that line off.
Sometimes a lost cause is literally a lost cause.
Yeah.
And if you're used to trying to make them causes worth fighting for, you might be blind to the fact that it's a truly lost cause. But you've managed to stop an international war based off of the machinations of a doppelganger trying to get rich. War that definitely would have had ramifications in this valley. You've made deals with outsider beings and escaped towns that once the town acknowledges you aren't supposed to leave and somehow left. You've stopped a demon prince from impressing its powers upon the world. Maybe you're just that lucky.
Oh, that's stupid. Who knows?
Oh, no. Again, there's a question as to where the line between bravery and stupidity begins and ends. But for you to have accomplished all of that, it's a question of, are you lucky or are you talented, or both? I have a feeling that luck is required regardless, no matter how much planning has gone into some of these events. But no, even with the company that you keep, I'm willing to accept you as allies.
Oh, thank you.
And I hope you enjoyed the soup.
Yeah, it's good. Very good.
Now get out of here.
Yes, ma'am.
And with that, we'll be closing out because, somebody's all like,
Somebody's an old man.
and somebody already went to sleep. I want to keep going. I'm older than you.
You don't have to wake up at 4 in the morning.
I don't have to, but I might be. What you got to say about that?
I mean, you can always come join me at work.
Thank you, everybody who came by. Sorry that we, didn't go as long as we did last time. Heads up. Thursday night is no longer going to be D&D night. We're going to be switching over to Saturday. And we're playing as the soon enough Saturday as we can get enough people together to play the game. Which is basically if 2 people can't make it, I don't play. As long as I got 3 of my players, I will be down and happy to play. Even if it sounds like a fair amount of them are going to be online.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm okay with the online people. Distances being what they are, and I love all my players. But with that, I'm stuck at outros and trying to tab to the end screen. End screen. Bye.
Everyone eat more beans.
Bye.